Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames. If you're new here, of course, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. In this video, guys, we're gonna talk about increased suspicions arising around Corey Gamble. And that is completely natural because, personally, do we know these celebrities? Heck no, but we have like a little back history on most of them with the exception of Corey Gamble. Besides his connection with Justin Bieber, Diddy, Jay-Z, Kris Jenner, does anyone else know anything about Corey Gamble? Absolutely not. And I think that this was one of the main reasons why Corey and Ye did not get along. Well, now specifically, Corey Gamble is under suspicion because people are saying Diddy's going down. We can see that Corey Gamble is like, that paper boy that delivers the paper. But in this sense, people think that Corey Gamble is a handler. If something needs to be done for Jay-Z, Diddy, Kris Jenner, and Kris Jenner's family, Corey Gamble is the one who takes care of that, right? Most recently, we could see Corey Gamble in the midst of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And many people have been saying it's not a good look for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because there's so many red flags surrounding Corey Gamble. But one that people are focused on at this point is Corey Gamble being at the scene of Kim Porter's death. There's actually a video footage that shows Corey Gamble arriving on the scene. There are photographs of Corey Gamble arriving on the scene. And as such, people want to know, like, is it that he did something to Kim Porter, showed up to ensure that the job was taken care of and all of that. But also, let's be honest, while Corey Gamble is questionable, while there are so many red flags around the guy, no evil is just evil. Everyone that is bad really have some good friends. And from past, you could see that Corey Gamble and Kim Porter apparently had a great relationship. Now, make no mistakes. We know that there are backstabbers. We know that there are people who pretend to be friends with us, who will use us to get to a point and then they will stab us in the back. Corey could potentially be like that, but we have no evidence to say, the guy is a backstabber. What we have evidence to say is that he's a really great friend of Kim Porter, and he always praising her and Diddy for really helping him with his career and getting around in Hollywood. So honestly, while we would want to point fingers at Corey Gamble, I think it is also somewhat unfair to be pointing fingers at the guy just because he was at the scene when Kim Porter died. I think that, we want justice. And as Sloan Bella told us, Kim Porter's posthumous record will be updated. Her cause of death will be updated. I don't know if they're going to exhume her body or anything like that to do further tests for the autopsy. But we know that so far, Sloan Bella has been 110%. At this point, we cannot even say 10%. That woman has been so right about everything that has to do with Diddy. So, she said that Kim's Porter cause of death is going to be updated. So we don't know if her body will be exhumed. But if her cause of death is going to be updated, it means that they're going to figure out how she actually died and who actually killed her. Like common sense, right? But I guess we have to be patient. We have to hang in there and allow the feds to do their investigations. No. Also, I believe that Diddy has been, let me start that over. Okay. So what I'm saying is that I believe that Diddy has been under the microscope of the feds for, a number of years. I don't believe that it is just no. I believe that things have been far too sketchy for them to really proceed. But with the lawsuits that has been coming out against him, I think that it has given them, some leverage to basically proceed further with their investigations. But I do believe that they have been, having Diddy under a microscope since Kim Porter's death. I honestly believe that. I believe that there's so much more that will be unfold and told to us. And I believe that equally a lot will be hidden from us and we will always be forever in the dark. No, there's one thing we all know about Hollywood, and when someone passes, normally when someone dies in Hollywood, whether it might be of natural cause or someone has deleted that individual, there are always a group of people who knows how that person actually had passed. So my common sense is just telling me that there are a group of people who actually knows how Kim Porter has died. And I'm not talking about the group of people who has always believed that Diddy was going to take her out or Diddy did it. I'm talking about a group of people who actually knows the plan, the orchestration, the cleanup and all of that. Because I mean, if you saw that reading from Sloan Bella, you know that she was given like, some candies in a can and those menthols that has like a sugar coating, and Kim Porter suspected that this thing that left a residue on her hand was very suspicious and she was murdered, um you know old Motown style. So basically if you look at that, it's basically like government experiments going back to Harley Pasternak, right? If you're familiar with Harley Pasternak, I mean, this is not allegedly. Harley Pasternak says that he has been in the military, and because of his military background, he has access to certain drug that causes sleep deprivation, yada yada. We know about the MK Ultra experiments. So you know that there is definitely a drug, powder or substance that can basically cause someone's life, and then the autopsy will reflect differently. Not only that, we know that the force is corrupt. The mere fact that Diddy hasn't been behind bars ever for anything that he has done in the past, it's very telling that the force is corrupt. Not only that, right? I'm going to make an example for you guys. How police works to cover up a crime scene. Sloan Bella gave a recollection of her son's death and how all the information that the police had on record for her son was so incorrect. As simple as his height. They had his height wrong. They had every single information incorrect. And this is why she's pushing to get all the information she can about her son's death, because she was threatened to shut up. And you know that she's not going to shut up. We know that. And after that, her son was basically hit off his motorcycle. But then the police changed the report to make it seem as though, his calculations while riding his motorcycle was just off. But when Sloan Bella hired her own private investigator, went around, get the footage that she could, she realized that the report from the police was off, and she had to basically, get some legal assistance for them to correct the report. So she's still pushing for all the pieces to be put together so that the true cause of her son's death can be updated. So I'm just saying that to say it could be the very same thing that happened with Kim Porter, because there's so many questions around the report, the investigation scene, what they saw versus what they didn't see. So we know that the force is corrupt, and police is known to often do this, right? Things that they saw that wasn't there. So we know that a lot of corruption is involved. So I'm just saying that, will they exhume Kim Porter's body, do an autopsy again to truly determine her cause of death? Or is it that they still have like skin sample, tissue sample, and all of that they're going to go back to retest? Because if the cause of death is going to be updated, it means that there will either be a confession or additional information that is brought to the feds. But for now, I have to say that, I think it's somewhat unfair to say Corey Gamble did it, especially not having any evidence, or to say that he's involved. I think that is very much harsh of people to do. Again, the guy gives suspicious, but I mean, he is still innocent until proven guilty. And that's all I have to say about that for this video. Let me know what are your thoughts, guys. Thumbs up and see you guys later. Peace.